This is All India Radio. Welcome to Science Serial Life Must Go On. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar presents Science Serial Life Must Go On, based on understanding and managing sustainable development. Episode number 11, titled Judicious Use of Fossil Fuels.
Energy, energy, energy. Friends, it is today's buzzword. Everyone talks of its shortage, more production, and new forms of energy. Why? Because the world cannot move ahead without energy. It is required in industries, needed for household activities, and in vehicles too. Almost all gadgets used for entertainment, education, comfort, and household chores run on different forms of energy. Energy derived from fossil fuels is abreast all of them. Let's take a look at their kind. Coal, oil, and natural gas are three main types of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are combustible materials that are formed over millions of years by the decomposition of plants and animals.
देख मैं क्या लाया टिफिन में।
हे
देख लंच देख मेरा।
हे यार मेरे को वो मैथ्स का होमवर्क चाहिए यार।
हैं मेरे पास नहीं, उससे ईशान तेरे पास है क्या?
You've done the maths homework?
ए सुन ना, तूने मैथ्स का होमवर्क किया क्या?
नहीं यार मैंने।
ईशान को बुला।
You know I went to watch that movie in the evening.
Students, keep silence, please. Today, we are going to learn about fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels?
Fossil fuels?
Yes, let me explain you what fossil fuels are. They are called fossil because they originate from the decomposition of dead plants and animals underground. And this natural anaerobic process took place millions of years ago. Though coal and natural gas are also included in them, and they are majority of petroleum fuels. Tell me, why exactly they are called petroleum?
I know, ma'am. Originally, they were found in rocks. In Latin language, petra means rock and oleum means oil. Thus, the name petroleum.
You are absolutely correct, Jaden.
Thank you, ma'am.
Aha. Then I shall narrate the story of how first time petroleum oil was found. This happened in a village, Titusville, in Pennsylvania district of America in the year 1857. Colonel Druck and Bill Smith were two friends living in that village. And Colonel had retired as a driver in railways and possessed an old outdated engine. Both were very active and always in search of something new, because invention is the mother of necessity, and they had read in Bible and also heard gossips of oil hidden inside Earth's crust. It was 27th of August when these two dared to make a hole to nearby hill with the help of this engine, and they used the old railway engine as a drilling machine. And lo, oil flushed out from inside of the hill. The joy knew no bounds. It was thick, dark-colored liquid having hydrocarbon smell.
Very nice, very interesting, yeah.
And that thick-colored liquid was called crude oil. It is also found under the deep bottoms of sea. And you know how many products are obtained from this crude oil?
I read it in science book and can tell that we get gas, petrol, diesel, wax, sulfur and few other products from it.
But, my dear students, it is said that the list of total number of products goes to 7,500. You name any substance, and it is either directly or indirectly made from this black oil. That is the reason why it is also known as black gold.
Black gold.
Wonderful.
But the stock of oil in Earth's crust is limited, and our population is increasing on gigantic scale. Our needs rather than our wants are skyrocketing. Petroleum fuels are consumed in factories and in vehicles. They are hydrocarbons in nature, and after burning in vehicle engines and equipment and generators, they pollute the air. Hence, we ought not only to make their efficient use, but also rationalize their use and conserve them. We'll later learn how each kind of fuel shall be used in a rational way. Let's unite and fight the crisis.
Let's unite and fight the crisis. Please hold my seat, okay? Okay, yeah. What are we going to discuss today? Are you aware of it?
I don't know.
No
It looks
idea.
like fossil fuels.
Oh, fossil fuels. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, let's see,
But where is the lecturer?
Young friends, in today's lecture, we are dealing with fossil fuels. I'm sure you must be aware what they comprise.
Yes, sir. They are petroleum products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, kitchen gas, etc.
Partly right. What is your good name?
I am Vinay, sir.
So, Vinay, besides petroleum product, there are coal and natural gas also. Friends, little knowledge is a dangerous thing. We must be aware of the details of commodities we use in our daily life. As you are promising citizens of this great country, the future relies on you. And I hope the power of knowledge will help you to fight the energy shortage we are facing now. I shall explain it to you step by step, their origin, uses, and conservation in our daily life.
Sir,
Yes.
my name is Jayesh. We burn wood and get black substance. Isn't that coal?
Not exactly. Though both are forms of solid carbon, coal is generally extracted through mining and its use has historically been a factor in raising the standard of living around the world by providing jobs and electricity. However, mining for coal is detrimental to human health, and when unregulated, it can be a dangerous and deadly job. Burning coal releases carbon dioxide and is known to cause ozone pollution and acid rain. Natural gas is commonly found near deposits of oil as it is formed by a process that combines high temperature and compression that breaks down organic matter. Natural gas deposits are generally trapped inside sedimentary basins, which serve as a reservoir that can be accessed through a drilling process. Natural gas is a mixture of methane and other hydrocarbons. It is used for heating and to make a variety of products, including paints, plastics, glass, and paper. It also produces carbon dioxide when burned, but has a lower carbon output compared to coal and oil. Natural gas extraction causes damage to the environment.
What about petrol and diesel? Kitchen gas, which we use every day, sir?
Yes, before I come to this important part of today's topic, let me appreciate your curiosity, young man. Oil is extracted from underground as crude oil and refined into products like gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, etc. Though the use of oil has been essential for technological, economic, and social developments, there are many problems associated with this fossil fuel. Drilling process for oil destroys natural habitats, and the refining process is energy intensive and uses toxic chemicals. Burning oil emits carbon dioxide and other pollutants into the atmosphere, and the transport of oil can lead to oil spills. However, we cannot ignore the vital role played by petroleum fuels in our life. Life will come to a standstill if suddenly their supply stops. Crude oil provides us fuels like LPG, petrol, diesel, kerosene, furnace oil, besides useful solvents, chemicals, lubricating oils, bitumen, and so many other products. We shall deal with them one by one. So I will first talk about LPG. Friends, food is one of our basic needs. Food needs to be cooked for taste as well as for better digestion. Man has been struggling to discover safest fuel that can be used in kitchen with comfort. After wood, coal, kerosene and electric heater, he found the LPG suitable for the purpose and started transporting it to kitchens through cylinders. Regarding LPG, we can coin a proverb as LPG came, saw, and conquered the woman's hearts. They found LPG user-friendly and safer to larger extent. Besides kitchen, it is now used in vehicles, for heating houses, in refrigeration system, and welding works, etc. Same is the case of CNG, which is a natural gas. It is supplied in homes through pipelines. It is also known as LNG, meaning liquefied natural gas. Besides kitchen, production of electricity and fertilizers, CNG is used mainly in vehicles as it possesses higher octane number.
Sir, I wish to have a confirmation, please.
Please feel free to ask, Jayesh.
I have read that octane number is a measure of burning quality of fuel in engines. When fuel burns in an engine, knocking takes place there, which can damage engine parts in long run. The vehicle running capacity is enhanced by fuels, which has higher octane number. Is it right, sir?
Yes, you are right, Jayesh. Certain cyclic hydrocarbon chemicals boost this number. So, you can understand, my friends, that the vast use of gaseous fuels leads to high consumption and calls for its conservation. There is a research organization in our country called PCRA. Have you heard of it?
No, sir, no.
PCRA stands for Petroleum Conservation and Research Association, which guides not only to various industries but also to individuals to save LPG and CNG efficiently. They provide simple tips, and if we follow them, we can save considerable gas, which is a costly commodity. According to PCRA, before that, the gas required to burn for bringing those food items to usual temperature is saved. Use of flat-bottomed utensils and use of pressure cookers will lead to considerable saving of gas. Reducing gas flow when water starts boiling and keeping steady flow. Use of minimum water for cooking food. Covering the pot with lid during cooking also helps in this effort of saving.
Sir, may I ask some?
Yes, of course.
Sir, my question is there any difference between gas in cylinders we receive from petroleum companies and the one which we receive through pipelines of Mahanagar Gas Company?
Very good question, Vinay. Yes, both are gaseous fuels, but they differ in their composition. We get LPG from oil companies like Indian Oil Corporation, Bharat Petroleum, and Hindustan Petroleum. LPG stands for liquefied petroleum gas. It mainly consists of hydrocarbons, propane and butane in 30:70 ratio. When pressure is applied, it gets converted into liquid and filled in cylinders. The volume reduction of gas is 240 times, and large quantity of gas could be stored in cylinders. On the other hand, CNG, that stands for compressed natural gas, which mainly comprises methane and is a dry gas. It is compressed under 25,000 kiloton pressure, and its size is reduced 25 times before filling in cylinders for use in vehicles. CNG provides more heat than LPG, owing to its high calorific value. Both these gases are versatile and should be saved, says PCRA guidelines. Anyway, let's take a look at some liquid fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, and furnace oil. Do you have any idea as to what colors these fuels have?
I have seen orange-colored petrol and blue-colored kerosene, but diesel comes with different colors, doesn't it?
Yes, you are right, Vinay. But these are extremely added hues for identification and to avoid their misuse for adulteration. As crude oil is a natural source, the products obtained from it are having natural colors only. In fact, petrol is water white in appearance, but because of its high explosive nature, orange dye is added for its easy recognition from other products. Kerosene is also originally colorless, but some greedy people use it for mixing with costly fuels like petrol and diesel before their sale to customers. If petrol or diesel are adulterated with the blue colored kerosene, blue color is imparted to fuels and the theft comes to light. So, before kerosene is sold at public distribution system, that is the PDS, it is dyed. Diesel fuels too have natural colors, but they vary depending upon the geographical sources. For example, diesel refined from Russian crude is colorless, whereas Gulf crude is dark brown in color and crude oil in our country gives diesel a pale yellow color.
Okay.
Of course, colors do not matter in their respective performances.
Sir, my papa often goes abroad for official work. He had once told that petrol is known by different names in different countries. Is it so, sir?
As the great dramatist Shakespeare asserted, what is there in a name is true for petrol fuel. Its British technical name is motor spirit. Due to its evaporable behavior, in America it is called gasoline. In France, it becomes benzene. However, its application everywhere is the same and used for running two-stroke and four-stroke engines. These engines are spark ignition type, but engines that run on diesel fuel are compression ignition types.
But how to save these fuels? Shall we stop using our motorbikes and cars?
Don't be that desperate, Vinay. Crisis leads to innovations. Friends, PCRA has studied extensively how to save these two costly but versatile commodities largely consumed by us. We should avoid usage of automobile vehicles for short distances like visiting the temple, going to the market, school or colleges which are close by. Use your bicycle if required. We thus save costly fuels. Besides, we will not pollute the air. We get fresh air to breathe and exercise by walking as well. Running vehicles at the speed of 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, which not only calls for safe driving, but also consumes less fuels like petrol and diesel. Following traffic norms to avoid traffic jams, which unnecessarily burns the fuels in a no-go condition and causes not only pollution, but also frustrations to riders and drivers.
But sir, if we drive fast, we will reach our destination early. Thus we can save fuels, don't we?
Yes.
That is absolutely a wrong concept. Saving fuels is in the hands and feet of a driver. For getting speed, he or she applies the accelerator very often and push more and more drops of fuel in the vehicle engine. This fuel burns partially in that short period and not fully utilized, as this half-burned fuel gets emitted through exhaust and pollute the air in the form of carbon monoxide. I'll tell you a data on this issue. There are three types of drivers. Some drivers are quite cool and they give a consideration on road to traffic, signals, pedestrians, etc., and thinks before applying the accelerator and brakes in proper manner. Drivers who prefer medium speed make few mistakes of wrong applications of ABCs, that is, accelerator, brake, and clutch. But drivers with high tempo of speed invariably make frequent accidents. The Flemish Institute of Technological Research in Belgium has extensively studied behavior of drivers and consumption of fuels, casualties, pollution related to it by using sensors and confirm that for every 100 kilometers, a steady driver consumes 10.45 liters of fuel, a medium driver consumes 12.51 liters, whereas a fast driver requires 15.86 liters. Such is the consumption pattern. Now, the choice is yours. Use the ABC of driving with wisdom. Apart from these precautions, PCRA has discovered that 100 liters diesel is required to cover 500 kilometers with a speed of 40 km per hour. The same distance if we try to cover it with 80 km speed. The required fuel is 197 liters. Similarly, we must stop the engine if we happen to wait at the signal or railway crossings, which results in saving of a considerable amount of fuel. Moreover, checking for fuel leakage, sufficient air in tires, avoiding use of frequent gears and brakes, and traveling by public transport also help in this task of saving. My young friends, small is beautiful, and same is applicable to such small saving tips. The only thing we need to do is to change our mindset.
What about industries? More fuels are used there, aren't they?
Yes, Vinay. Energy audits are compulsory for them. Organizations like PCRA, TERI, that is Tata Electrical Research Institute, the NPC, the National Productivity Council, CRPCER, Coordinator Research Project Center on Energy Requirement, and WPSIL, the Water and Power Services Limited of India, conduct these audits and advise how to save fuels like furnace oil, which are largely used there for heat production. Their projects have proved that our government can save more than 3,300 crores of rupees every year if our industries rationalize the use of fuels.
Sir, will you please tell us something about fuel consumed in air travels? I've heard that it is called as white petrol, but like kerosene too.
Right. SKO, that is superior kerosene oil, is mostly used in stoves. PCRA provides tips like use of stoves with less dip and large size fuel tank. New types of burners besides same precautions taken for saving kitchen gases. The fuel used in aeroplanes is also kerosene type but highly refined and known as aviation turbine fuel. In short, ATF. People wrongly call it white petrol, but it is high energy kerosene fuel. Due to the large scale of air travel these days, huge quantities of this fuel are being consumed, causing pollution also. When a plane takes off or lands, it requires a lot of fuel to burn, and that's why air companies avoid halts of lesser distances to conserve ATF fuel. Moreover, fuel has to be discarded in air in certain climatic conditions to reduce the weight of the plane, which is skillfully avoided with proper meteorological predictions. So, young friends, last but not the least is the mantra we shall perpetually mind. That is, conservation is production. What do you understand by this modern mantra?
Sir,
Yes, miss.
Sir, my name is Rita. What I understand is that when we save a commodity like fuel, we get credit of its production of that much quantity. In short, we save money and we help our nation to grow by saving the foreign exchange. Because we have to import crude oil on large scale.
Absolutely correct. I wish you all a happy conservation.
Life must go on. You were listening to the 11th episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar, titled Judicious Use of Fossil Fuels. Coordinators were Dilip Jha, Dr. R. Gopichandran and Dr. B.K. Tyagi. Scripted by Joseph Toscano. Directed by Naveen Kumar Gupta. Recording and mixing Akhya Jayavardhan. Participating artists were Vaibhav Srivastav, Tanvi Khurana, Gaurav Devgan and Harshit Smith Sahai. Hey listeners, please stay with us. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winner will get a tractor prize from Vigyan-Prasar. The first question is, what is crude oil? I repeat the question, what is crude oil? And second question is, what is the difference between LPG and CNG? What is the difference between LPG and CNG. You can send your answers by simple post. Our address is Science Serial Life Must Go On, All India Radio, room number 615, New Broadcasting House, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. You can also write on our email ID radio@vigyan-prasar.gov.in. Please do write or mail us your full name, age and profession. If associated with Science Club, do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question, do not hesitate to write to us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial, Life Must Go On, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.